1, 2, 3, come on!
Welcome to another video by the Viral Workaholic. I'm Mark, I'm the creator of the Viral Workaholic. For this video, we are creating a DIY elevated garden bed. This garden bed is for the YouTube channel, Hitch a Chick Urban Homestead. Behind me is a view of Miss Bev with the Hitch a Chick Urban Homestead and her friendly flock of chickens. I'm going to show you how to build a DIY elevated garden bed for as cheap as you possibly can. These projects that we're building, they don't have to have the best perfect material. They just need to be strong and functional. Stay tuned to the video as we take on the challenge of building a massive DIY elevated garden bed. Don't forget to click on Hitch a Chick Urban Homestead to see how her garden grows.
For my DIY elevated bed, I've taken advantage of the support posts that hold up my outdoor space. I'm starting with pre-drilling the holes before lagging the framing to the posts. The framing lumber that I'm using is 12 feet. My elevated bed is 14 feet, so a splice plate is created to extend the bed to my desired length. With my wood pre-drilled, I insert my 3-inch galvanized legs and drive them in with my impact. To begin installing my end board, I'll pre-drill the holes for the screws. I'm using 3-inch wood screws to join the end to the side of the framing. The rain has joined us to check the progress. No worries, I keep my viewers under the red umbrella so you stay dry. Get my 3-inch screws zipped into this end, and then we can quickly move on down to the other end and get it secured. Another beautiful spring day in Western PA. Stay tuned to the video and comment below on how many wardrobe changes I make today. Another splice plate will be needed. This one will be placed at the opposite end of my DIY raised bed. My 4-foot level will be following me around all day to make sure that we keep this project on the level. This wood was purchased at my local home improvement store at a reduced price because it was considered to be damaged. A few strategically placed screws will take care of this issue. The Viral Workaholic takes the things that no one wants and turns them into things that have a purpose and a low price tag. Hitch a Chick Urban Homestead is pitching in to help this elevated bed become a reality. See her in the background hiding out behind the corner post. Throw the carpenter square in the corner. Make sure that everything is square before we put our final screws in and button this stage of the project up. Don't let the rain in the background turn you away from this video. It'll stop here in a minute. It always does. Moving on to the front legs now. We're going to move one down here and get our legs put in and set the first corner post in the front. With the legs preset and the level keeping watch, we get our first front leg screwed on. Now we can remove that temporary leg that was helping us all this time. This DIY raised bed is massive and is going to need a lot of support to hold up the weight. Stay tuned because we're going to put 1,000 pounds of 2B stone for drainage and 2 complete yards of topsoil in for the growing. We're going to have a total of 4 4x4 posts to support the heavy weight of the dirt and the stone. We're going to use our speed square to make sure that the posts are vertical and straight with the ground. Now we pre-drill the holes so that we can install the post to the rails with the 3-inch galvanized legs. Make sure you use your speed square on each post to make sure that they're straight. This phase is secure and ready now. It's looking good. Ready to move on to the next phase. Now for some Viral Workaholics reclaimed material, some 1-inch steel angle for support on the bottom. Now with my trusty tape measure, we'll mark out the sections so that they're evenly spaced and can support the weight of the heavy load that's going to be poured upon them. We'll be using our 3-inch all-purpose screws to secure this 1-inch angle to the framework. 2x4s would work fine for these bottom supports, but the Viral Workaholic had some reclaimed 1-inch angle, and that's the reason why we went ahead and used it, to keep the cost low. Now for this next phase, we need a bottom liner. Let's see what the Viral Workaholic has in his reclaimed stockyard. Some galvanized tin from an old shed roof should do the trick just fine. Any material that you can find that's been used and no longer has a purpose that'll hold 2,500 pounds of weight will do just fine. You're never going to see it again anyway. You're going to cover it with dirt and rock. The secret behind a low-cost DIY raised garden bed is to think outside the box and not be afraid to use reclaimed material for your project. This method is Viral Workaholic tested and rain approved. With a certain amount of satisfaction in knowing that you've kept one more thing from going into the landfill. Yes, I'm doing my part to save the planet, and it's exciting to know that I'm saving a couple bucks along the way. At this point, Viral Workaholic has $60 invested into his DIY elevated garden bed. I offer a challenge to you. How cheaply can you build a DIY elevated garden bed? Free topsoil from our local recycling center. We're going to use some landscape fabric to keep the soil from mixing with the aggregate. The aggregate is what's going to give us the drainage that we need so that the plants don't get too much water. Miss Bev from Hitch a Chick Urban Homestead's coming out to help us again get the fabric laid out. Put some staples across the end of it just to hold it in place until we start moving some dirt in on it. A little trimming. Few more staples, and we'll be ready for some dirt. Miss Bev's gonna get the first throw in. It's her garden. She's the one that's gonna be planting it. Stick around to the end and you'll get to see the DIY elevated garden bed completed. If anybody's ever told you you start to slow down the older you get, I'd like to see anybody else throw dirt this fast. Yeah, I know, it's fast forward, but that'll be our little secret. Don't tell anybody. Those of you who have never seen this method used before, this is referred to as screeting. More frequently used in the installation of concrete whenever you're layering out the concrete and smoothing it out. As you can see, it's quite effective on a DIY elevated garden bed as well. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. Share your comments below. How many times did I have to change my clothes due to the weather? Let me know what recycled products you use to build your DIY raised garden bed. And hit the subscribe button below so you can see more of the crazy antics of the Viral Workaholic. Elevated bed and video complete. The end.